Hi, you guys. Yay. You're still connecting to audio, it looks like.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I am exhausted, but I'm good.
There you
Did
go.
Yesterday?
Yeah. I'm a busy lady.
There you go. Whereabouts in Manitoba are you?
Just outside of Winnipeg.
I heard of that place, Winterpeg.
Oh yeah, it's still winter.
So Winnipeg was the first place in the world I had ever walked on a frozen river.
Oh, cool.
It was kind of weird because you knew that, 4 feet below you, there was a raging river, but there was 4 feet of ice. It just felt kind of weird to know that you're walking on a river.
Mhm.
I walked on lakes before. I did have the same feeling. I don't know why. It just you just knew the water was moving down there, and your brain starts playing tricks on you. But there's 4 feet of ice. This was a few years ago when I was on a contract there, but it was interesting.
Mhm.
And of course, hey, are the Gold Eyes still playing down there? Winnipeg Gold Eyes?
Well, not right now. We're in lockdown.
Yeah, everybody's in lockdown except if you're in the States, you're not in lockdown. So, but yeah, Gold Eyes was a baseball team that I used to watch. They're pretty good. Well, I like watching them.
Hi, you guys. Come on in. Come on in. I love the Zoom. I wish I would have done this for the last time I did the program.
Yeah,
I like Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's working out well. Carrie, I still can't. You're still not connected for audio. I'm not sure what your problem is. I don't know if you guys can see that her audio is kind of scrolling. Let me see if I can unmute her. Hello, Mr. Move It.
Yes, hello world. Hello world. I'm not hiding. I'm here.
Okay, good. Hi, Shelly. Thanks for
Hi.
And is it Maju? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Can you hear me? Maju? If I'm saying it wrong, she might not know I'm talking to her. Can you hear me? Is it good? Am I correct in saying it correctly? Okay. Hi, Anna. Hi, Alice. And that's you guys, she can't speak up, but all right. And then I'm going to mess up this one. Ask to unmute. Is it Shirazad?
Hey, that was well said.
Oh, good. Yay. Oh, good. We have a few more people coming in. And I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to try to do a little bit better. I was scared to death to touch anything yesterday because of the issues with Facebook. So I'm going to try to make it so I can see who's talking to me. So give me a second. I'll share the screen and we'll get started. And I'll try to keep letting people in as they come through. So can everybody see the day 2 screen?
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
Thanks, you guys. Cool. I want to see how I can see the chat.
At the bottom in the middle, there's the gray.
I can see it. But yesterday, for some reason, I was just afraid yesterday. I was afraid.
Yes.
Okay.
You were terrified, and that was beautiful.
Pardon me?
You were terrified. So you just click it, and then, I don't know, do you have 2 screens?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I use Zoom all the time. I was just afraid to touch it yesterday because I use Facebook.
I get it.
Yeah, I have 2 screens, so I'm good. So I have the chat screen here. I can only see 4 at a time. That's what I wanted to expand. Hold on a second.
Right.
I don't know if I can do that because we have 12 people here. I think if you speak up, it should show me, but.
No, you can press on the gallery.
Yeah, hold on.
Which are the 9 dots.
Yep.
And then you open it up, you pull the bottom right-hand corner, and you can pull it up so that you have all your 12 people in one screen.
Oh, got it. No, I just couldn't see that link yesterday. Oh, I was nervous to do anything. Okay, cool. I can see more and more of you. Okay, hi, Mikkel.
Hi.
Yay. Hi, Larry. I don't know if I said hi to you. You were one.
Yeah, you said hi to me.
Okay, all right. Good morning, you guys. I'm going to get started because it is 11:04. I don't want to hold you up, and I want to try to get you out of here in an hour. So you can see my screen. We're good to go. Okay, welcome to day 2. Conversions that boost sales and take you to celebrity status. So in other words, I'm really going to help you try to figure out how to get yourself out there as the go-to expert in your industry. You might, like I said yesterday, you might already be the go-to expert in your industry as far as a traditional business, right? People might already know you and what you do, but online it's a little bit different. So I'm going to help you try to figure out what it is you need to be doing to get yourself out there. Okay. And like I said yesterday, I use a PowerPoint because I talk a lot and I don't want to get off track. So I'll try to keep it smooth and streamlined. But welcome to day 2. I'm thrilled that you're here. Hopefully you had a chance to work on our action items last night. And I see we had a lot of conversations going on Facebook, and I also received a lot of emails. So thank you for that. I'm thrilled that you guys are working through the questions. And I really just wanted you to get into the mindset of, wow, there's so much more I could be doing with my business. And I can't wait to see what which not me, but you come up with, right? I want you to really think through this weekend. What is it you can do? And I know, Larry, I kind of maybe even cut you off. I didn't mean to yesterday. You started to say something that I thought was interesting, that you, after our conversation, our one-on-one conversation, you mentioned that you really kind of had a whole new, kind of a different mindset or a mindset shift.
Well, not really a mindset shift, but he just opened up my eyes to another avenue that I could explore, and one that for some reason I just sort of neglected. And it just happens to be the avenue where I've got the majority of not the majority, but a lot of experience in, right? And I just sort of sloughed it off as if like it wasn't really that important. And then when I started writing some things that were in my head, it just sort of taking a look at it, taking stock of it, like, there's something here, right? I mean, you know, I, for example, I'm a PADI course director.
I figured that's where you were going with this. Okay.
Right. And I really didn't account for all that experience into what I'm trying to do now. I just thought, well, that was that. But it's not, right? Because I don't know if you guys know, but a PADI course director, it's a scuba diving instructor, but I can train. I'm one of the highest level instructors there are in the world, right? So I can train people to learn to dive, and I can train to be high-level instructors all the way through.
And I want to point out, this was just your passion. This is just your passion that you did. This wasn't even.
Well, I did do it for a business when I lived in Thailand. I lived in Thailand, ran my scuba shop for 7 years. So I did do that. And then years before that, I worked at a few other dive shops. But then so I've left that to pursue personal development and business development because of the part that I like work with people. And I kind of left that, not experience, but I left, I guess, the validity of that experience behind, and you kind of woke it up for me, going like, well, hang on a second. You know, when you're teaching somebody to be a diving instructor, where you're going to take people underwater, their lives are at stake if you don't do things right. So my training and coaching had better be spot on.
Right. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm excited about that. So can't wait to see how that unfolds. Cool. All right. So the whole point of this too is that you know your business better than anyone, right? So Larry knows what he does, and now he knows how he can apply what he used to do to what he wants to do moving forward. And I want you to start dreaming big. I mean, really big. All right. Some small actions can make a huge impact on your business if you do them deliberately. So think about that. Just small actions, taking small steps. Just by participating in this program, you're taking some action steps that could really change how you think about your business and what you do. So I'm excited you guys are here. Okay, so let's do a quick recap from yesterday. Using your expertise, taking action, and creating a proven personalized system is key to your success, right? We've gone through all those things yesterday. And remember the monthly income goal that I had you drop in the comments. So think about that again and drop it in again today, really, because if you don't have an end goal in mind, it's really, really hard to get there. You guys all agree with that? So if you want to drop it in the comments, that would be great. I think putting it out there in writing, it really helps you to analyze it in your mind that, hey, okay, this is what I'm working towards and this is why. So everything that we talk about this week, how do you personalize the system? How often do you want to work? How do you want to run your business? What type of price point do you want to have for your programs? It's all tied to what is that monthly end goal. So here is go over the 5 and Thrive content conversion system one more time, just so you guys have this in your mind. And we're going to talk through every week. Each of these are pretty much broken down into each day. So your expertise, we talk about your expertise and knowing that we talked yesterday about what makes you an expert and how you now know that you can apply what you've learned and what you've been doing in the past to your new business. Your commitment to communicate and connect with your prospects. That's what we're going to really talk about today is how do you communicate with your prospects on a regular basis? Your beyond expectations offer, right? So this is something that is irresistible to your prospects. They want to buy it, but I also want to make sure that it works for you. So it's beyond everybody's expectations. They want and need it, and you want to do it every day. It's something you want to do. So you want to make sure that you don't just focus on what they want and need, focus on what you need out of your business. Sorry, I'm pausing to let people in. And then your creative closing skills, which we're going to talk about this week too, is how do you close the deal on when you put these programs together? How do you actually close the deal? And it's really fun because if you have a program that you love, and you'll learn this as you go through this program, it's not a sales pitch. It's just fun. You're excited to present it to them because it's something you know that they need and they want. And then tied to with your proven personalized plan and system that works for you that you can implement month after month. And that's how you get beyond expectation results. So I'm really excited to teach you this whole program and how it works and what you need to do and the steps you need to take to get to where you want to go. So this is the core foundation for your business that will allow you to become well-known in your industry, make the money you're hoping to make, and scale your business. All right, do you guys have any questions about that? Does that all make sense? And I know we haven't gone through every part of it, so. Oh, my cursor decided to put blue dots on my page. Okay, all right. My content conversion system allows you to identify your true gift and passion and use that to design your business, get to know your ideal client and put them out there and put you out there as the go-to expert. The better you can communicate with your prospects effectively, the easier it is to sell to them and sell them what you have to offer. So think about that, right? If you're using the right words, if you understand what their needs are, the selling part comes easy. To create an offer that helps you show up every day excited to go to work, right? I mean, I jump out of bed and I try to make myself sleep till 7:15. Now I'm waking up at 6 because I get so excited to do what I'm doing. So it's really fun. And I want you guys to feel that same energy, right? Simplify the closing sale. If you get this program down and you get these steps down, it will simplify your closing sale. Your prospects will just know there's no forcing the issue. Either they want your offer or they don't. It's either the right time, you're not the right person, whatever. But if you do it properly, it just comes. It just happens naturally. And remove the emotional. It also removes the emotional or the desperate attachment that you have to the sale because you know you're just offering a great product and a great service, all right? So first you need to know your audience. That's the number one thing that you really, online, it's more crucial than anything. It also helps traditional businesses as well. But online, you really need to understand your audience because there's so much going on and you need to be able to pinpoint your conversation so that you stand out from the others, all right? So that they understand what it is exactly that you offer, okay? You need to get absolute clarity on the questions that you worked on last night. And a lot of you guys posted those in Facebook, that's great. If you guys have questions about that, raise your hand or speak up because I can hear you and we can talk about it. But you need to get clear on who it is you are, what you're great at, get very clear on what you're great at and what it is you love to do and what people will be willing to pay you to do for them, okay, or help them with, okay? So think about that. It has to be that combination, right? What are you great at? What do you love? And what are people going to pay for? You need to get focused on this in order to shift your business, all right? If you keep doing what you're doing and you're too broad or too general and you don't focus, then you're not going to be able to build your business. You're not going to be able online. This is for online because you're not going to be able to attract the right people. And that's what I'm here to help you figure that out. If you think you're already offering what you think you should offer, but you can't seem to get consistent sales, stick with me and we're going to get there. Because I know some people put in the comments, one of the questions was, where are you in the journey? And some people feel like they have the right offer, they just can't get to the right people. So, and that could be true, or you might learn some new things in how you want to tweak your offers this week.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I'd love to hear your opinion on if you have more than one. So like for me, it's business and writing.
Yeah.
And I've really challenged with that, and that so many people have said, no, don't do that, pick one. But I have wasted a year trying to pick one.
Okay.
So I just wonder what your thoughts are on that.
And so and I think that's one of the questions I put in the Facebook group when I saw your response.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, right. So let's think about that. If you have, you need to pick, so you don't need to pick one that you're going to work on, but you need to pick one to maybe start with your to get your conversations going. So, and let's think about this. People who want to write a book, are they it's the memoirs, right? Basically, you like to help people write their memoirs. So that might be different than somebody who's going to have a business. But what I would think for you, based on how the conversations that we've had, I think you really want to work with somebody who wants to have a business, but also wants to do the memoirs. I think you want that combination, right? I think that's where you need to think as far as who you're going to market to. I would do the combination, but at the same time, you still need to pick one angle to go after. So whether it's, hey, are you a business owner and you want to tell your story? That might be what it is. That might be your angle. Let me help you tell your story. And then at the same time, you know that you can help them grow their business, and because telling their story helps, getting their story out there helps them to grow their business, right?
Precisely. Yes.
So think about how that plays together, and
Okay.
and what messages most important. So I would definitely combine it. I wouldn't try to say, oh, hey, I'll help you write your memoirs, or I'll help you grow your business, right? That's too broad, and you'll be all over the place, and you'll get all kinds of different people. But hey, you're a business owner and you want to tell your story. Let me help you do that. That's
I like that.
Okay, cool. Yay. All right. So yes, well, good. Well, so that kind of, you segued us right into this, because I have it all on the screen. So here are the featured guests this week. And if you would like to be featured and you want me to talk about you on screen, great. Let me know. We can always add people to this. I love this group. You guys are working really hard at what we're doing. So if anybody has anything, they have questions, Mikkel or Sarah or Lisa sent me like a 3 or 4 page document. I didn't get through it all yet, of stuff she worked on yesterday. So if you guys have questions or you want to comment, I'd love to hear from you. Like Lisa, if you want to kind of comment about maybe even if you just realize some things you might not have realized yesterday or until yesterday, like what did the homework make you start thinking about? I know Alice, you've already said your little part, and I think it was great. I was so happy to see you write that on there, and that now we can take it and put it into the right thought as far as how do you do that online. Is anybody else going to come on, Mikkel? Speak up. Come on. Are you there? Mikkel, I don't know if you were able to do it.
I'm a little unclear on the question.
I did the homework yesterday. So I asked for, I think we did the 3 challenges. If you guys discovered the 3 challenges, right? And then we had you answer some questions about just kind of getting targeted on your expertise and who you reach out to. And I was just curious if that made you guys think of new things or anything differently, or is it?
It helped me narrow, because I feel like I've done many exercises with similar framework. But for me, by the questions I found most helpful were singling in on their top 3 challenges, because my clients have a variety of challenges, but I was able to group them into kind of like 3 broad buckets that I think is helpful. And then also centering on kind of, let's see which questions, area of expertise. So I think that, like, what do I really want, and what are my ideal clients' wants and needs? Those things, like I said, I've done before, but really centering on, I kept it super simple. So freedom and purpose is what I want. And I think that's, if I'm being honest with myself, those are the 2 things. I want to do good work, and I want that good work to help me grow in my journey. Right. And I think keeping those like kind of as 2 very simple, clear, clean goals is going to help me with focus. So
that's great. Yay. Thanks. Well, I'll keep moving. If you guys have stuff to say, if other people want to chime in, Larry, if you want to say anything, who's working on something and wants to, and here comes John. See, I thought I let him in a minute ago. I'm going to make sure he gets in. Hey, John, are you there?
Front door.
Okay, I want to make, John, did you make it in? I can't see you.
Yeah, I'm here, thanks.
Okay, great. I thought you tried getting in earlier. Maybe I thought I let you in. Okay, cool. All right, thanks you guys. So John, since you're here, I'm going to put you on the spot. Tell a little bit about your business. He's the one who does software as a service. So he's helping startups who have software as a service as their product. So it was really fun talking to you, because it's a little bit different twist as far as other people that we're working with in this program, because you are really kind of going after maybe a small business that's a technology, very specific segment. So
That's right, yeah.
You did work a little bit on the questions. I saw your answers in Facebook. So I'm just kind of curious to see what are you now thinking, and what did yesterday make you think about, I guess, maybe?
I've only made it partway through the replay. It was a busy Monday.
Yeah.
But I mean, really it's, yeah, so I found a little bit of traction around specific deliverables like roadmaps. So I'm starting to think, for as far as an outreach standpoint, I need to look more at what are some of the tangible results people are trying to achieve, and try to hit those type of things so that they resonate. And really looking at the non-technical founder side. Technical people never think they need help, which is part of their downfall. So it's easier to get the non-technical side to actually look for some help.
No, that's great. That's great. And that is one thing I think I did mention yesterday. Make sure that whenever you're talking about what you're doing, you want to focus on the results. People don't necessarily care how you get there. They want to know that later, but in order to get their attention, they want to know what the results are going to be. And then you tell them, oh, this is how we get there.
Right.
So keep that in mind. Well, cool. All right, great. So we did that. Okay. So do you really want to get yourself out there online? So this is what you really need to think about. Do you really want to establish yourself as the go-to expert in your industry and create a business and a life that you've always wanted? My piece of advice is listen to your gut, right? And intuition. Because if your gut is telling you I could be doing so much more with my business if I just took the time to figure it out, then you really do need to start taking the right steps, right? If your gut tells you, oh, I don't really know, then keep exploring, right? Keep exploring, keep thinking, listening, paying attention to programs like this. But if you know you have more to offer and that you could be, first of all, making more money for yourself and helping more people, then definitely figure this out. Figure this out. Don't wait any longer, because like I told you yesterday, there's people out there that need your help. And if I had sat on the sidelines, you guys might not have found somebody like me for maybe 2 or 3 years down the road, and you'd be scrambling and trying to figure it out. So this week, you're going to really learn the steps you need to take to get to where you want to go. If you want to make a business where you're making $10,000 a month or $20,000 a month, I'm going to help you I'm going to show you the steps of what you need to be doing. And that's like, it's priceless, right? It's priceless when you're really struggling and trying to figure this out. And like Alice said, she's worked for a year trying to decide which group to talk to, right? And now she has her answer. She has her answer. She could always expand later and add on just people who want to write their memoirs or just people who want to go into business. But now she kind of knows she's going to focus on the group to, business owners who want to write, right? So she's going to focus on that group and go after those folks. And she already has a small group of, not small, it's a really good group of people in her Facebook program. But now she can start using the right messaging to attract them to her programs because she understands what it is that she needs to do, or she's beginning to, right? We're beginning to put that all together this week. Okay. So things to ponder. What would it be like to be the go-to expert in your industry? So think about that. How would your conversations change? How would you feel with clients knocking down your doors, right? That's always nice. And like I said yesterday, I didn't know any of you guys, a few. Okay, I had a few of my friends join. Vicky, hi Vicky, and Shelley. I've had some people that I did know in the past join, but most of you I didn't know a month ago, right? And now I know your businesses, I understand what you're trying to do, and I'm trying to help you get to where you want to go. So it's really fun to get yourself out there and let people know what it is that you do. The conversations that you have can make or break your business. And I know I repeated that yesterday, but I want that to be really clear, right? You are a reflection of your brand, and how you tell your story sets you up for success or failure. So I really want you to think about that and what you're doing and saying online, okay? So what's been holding you back from taking action and getting yourself out there online so far, right? Maybe you truly didn't know where to start, right? Until now. Now you know, because you're going to know by the end of the day. You're afraid. You're afraid that no one will pay attention, or you're afraid that you'll put work out there and no one will really care, and you'll feel like a failure. Another thing that might be stopping you is perfectionism. All right, you don't want to put something out there that doesn't look good, and you don't want to embarrass yourself, especially online. So instead, you just don't do anything, right? You don't do anything. You kind of sit back and you build another product, or you stay in your little group and talk to that people. That needs to stop today. All right, that needs to stop today. None of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. We're always going to have, it's imperfect action. I know you guys have all heard that before. Imperfect action. That's what you need to be doing online. Luckily, it's digital. You make a mistake, you edit it, right? Or you take it down. Not a big deal. Okay. It's not the end of the world if you make a mistake online. It really isn't. As long as you didn't hurt anybody's feelings, then you're good. Good to go. It's not a big deal. Get yourself out there. Start posting things. Start talking about what you do. Make sure you let them know that you're the expert. make sure you know. And we're going to talk about how to do that today. Okay. So if you're with me, drop a you bet in the comments. Oh, good. I got some you bets already. Thanks, you guys. It's hard for me to watch the comments at the same time. It's not lose track, but I'll pay attention if I can. All right. So here's the number one thing you have to think about. If you don't make getting yourself out there online as an expert a priority, no one else will make you a priority either. They just won't. They just won't. All right. Think about that. So before you start, consider the Zoom factor. This is what I call the Zoom factor. It might age me. Do you know the song? You guys, I don't know. Some of you might have seen Zoom as a kid. Okay. Who do you want to work with? It was the who, what, where, why, when, and how, right? Who do you want to work with? What do you really want to be taking? I have to tell you guys, I can't read today. For some reason, my glasses, I can't read my screen. Sorry. Okay. What do you really want to be talking about with them, right? For the people who do you want to talk to and what do you want to be talking about? Where do you think you'll find your prospects? And I'm going to tell you today, most likely they're going to be on Facebook. And then some other areas you might want to hit would be LinkedIn, but we're going to talk about Facebook today. And why do you care? Why do they care what you have to say? When should you connect with them? And how will you connect with them? So we're going to go through all this today, but those are just some things to think about and make sure that you can answer. Okay. So the first thing is, let's make sure they look good when they find you. Okay. This is one of the action items for today. So this will be on in the guide at the end of the program. I'll make sure I stick it in there and put this as a question online. I'm letting Heidi in, maybe. Cover it up. Hold on one second, you guys. Come on in, Heidi. Oh, I don't know if I can get there. Sorry, you guys. She asked to be in and then I couldn't get there. All right. Hopefully she'll come back. Okay. So let's make sure you look good. I want you to update your Facebook page and your LinkedIn profiles. Number one. Okay. Because when people start listening to you, they're going to start looking at your stuff. So let's make sure you look good. All right. Update your banner. And I have a sample on the next page of my stuff. On Facebook, you can update your banner, and on LinkedIn, the same thing. You can update your bio. You can update your main photo. And then you want to make sure you clean up any questionable posts, anything that could offend somebody or that you might not want somebody to see that you'd be working with. You have to kind of think about that, right? You're going to be, if you do what I'm going to suggest that you do this week, you're going to become more of an open professional profile on Facebook and on LinkedIn, on all of your social profiles. So you just have to make sure it makes sense for people to show up and go, oh yeah, I want to work with him or I want to work with her. Okay. You can use canva.com to create your graphics for your banner and for your main photo. So I don't know if any of you are familiar with canva.com, but it's a resource to use. I use Word documents and I clip and paste a lot, but Canva is good too. It makes it simple. So this is just an idea of my banner on my Facebook page. So this is my banner, so that when people come here, they at least kind of say, oh, wow, she does something, right? She helps you with your business, right? And then right here, I have a creative business and a life that sizzles, one piece of captivating content at a time. And right now, I believe this is an older picture, but I put a link right now into this program as well. So people, while this program is live and when I'm promoting it, I put a link right here just so people can get to it easily and sign up for it. So think about that. You guys can always go take a look at my Facebook page and see what I've been doing. The last few weeks has been pretty heavy with promoting the program, but just kind of make sure that you want to show them your lifestyle, right? You want them to see you want them to see your regular posts, and that's fine with your family and your friends, which is great. But then they also need to see, hey, you have a business and you run a business and this is what you do. So like Alice might even just post, oh my gosh, I finished my first draft of my memoir, right? Or Larry might post something about, I realized how I can connect scuba diving with actually coaching a business, right? You kind of just comments that people would then relate and understand that, hey, you're a business owner and you have your own business. And the one thing I want to make sure that you realize, we are not doing this to promote to your friends and family. That is not why you're doing this. You're doing this to attract new people to your page, to you, that you can actually do business with. All right. So you don't want to make sure you can tell your friends and family, I'm not trying to sell to you. All I'm doing is it's a good platform on your personal page to get your information out there so people know what you're doing. A lot of people say, well, I'm just going to use my Facebook group, but I can tell you your Facebook group doesn't get put into the feeds. And if you're not put into the feed, no one's going to ever see it. And that's why Facebook groups are smaller and don't get as much action, but as you would on your own personal page. And when I first started this program, I can tell you, I didn't know we were going to do this when I first started with my mentor, and I wouldn't have even signed up for the program because I just didn't think that was the right thing to do. And then the first thing she says to me, she's like, Robin, you have 2,300 followers. Why wouldn't you let people know what you do? So think about that. So I went from 2,300 followers to 5,000 almost within 1 or 2 months. And so now every month I have to go in and I have to clean out my Facebook my Facebook friends to add like you guys on, right? I had to go in and delete people so I could keep adding new people on. So that's how much this worked. I didn't do anything but change my banner and my Facebook page and my profile photo and added the bio. And I immediately had 2,500 people come and sign up. And then I have another like 1,200, it might even be higher now, I haven't looked lately, 1,200 people who are following me. So I'm making a difference, I'm making an impact. People are seeing me on this page and understand what I do. So think about that and how you could make this, put this on your page and what you need to do. And I get it, people don't want to start posting. At the very least, just do this part of it, this top part. So when people do find you, because they find you in the suggested list, right? When you're going through and you know how they give you suggestions for people, and they'll see, make sure they can see when they get that suggestion that you have a business. Because a lot of times you just catch them that quickly and they're like, oh, she's an entrepreneur, great. The people who have requested to be my friend have been primarily entrepreneurs. Every single one of them are a business owner or an entrepreneur. So it works really well.
Hey, Robin.
Yes.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So I've got a business Facebook page and a personal Facebook page, and I want to keep my personal Facebook page for personal. Like that's just my preference is to keep them separate.
Right.
And I know that business Facebook pages don't get as much exposure in the feed, similar to the groups. Do you have a recommendation or a way to work around that?
I mean, there really isn't. And that's why I suggest that you get your page set up. Now what you can do is at some point in the game, you can stop using your personal page as long as you're feeding people into a Facebook group. So like if you feed them into a group or to your business page, you can over there. And if you feel like that's a good number to have, and then you can work off of that number to sell your programs and promote your stuff, then that's great. But to start, I would highly suggest that you use your Facebook page. And it's funny because my friends just laugh, right? I'm not, and Vicki, you see my posts, right? So
yeah.
it is what it is, right? You know, hey, she's obviously doing her business. I'm not trying to do anything other than to let people know about my business. And then I also post my family, my friends. So it all ties together and they just kind of scroll through and pick and choose what they want to, they can scroll through. Is most of the time actually, and just so you guys know, I try to put something in the top of my feed or on top of my post saying like, hey, coaches and consultants. So my friends who aren't coaches and consultants can just scroll on by. They don't have to read it if they don't want to read it, right? Just like they would have put an ad, a sponsored ad. You just don't read it if you're not interested. So that's how I look at it. That's where your audience is. So take advantage of that. And here's the other thing. It doesn't have to be like every single day posting, which is what they typically recommend. And that's what I do during promoting my event. But have it so that if somebody finds you, right, if they do like your page, like a friend requests you, then they look on your page and they go, oh, she's pretty cool. Look what she does. Oh, she helps businesses. She's like a marketing coach. This is cool, right? You want them to be able to see what it is that you do just by looking at your page.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, I find, excuse me, this is Anna.
Hi, Anna.
I've also found that for people who really want to still have things there for their friends and family, you can take the time to go and add a category to your friends and have one category for personal friends and family. So certain things that you post, only those people will get to see them.
True. So like, and the thing that I would recommend with that, so I would maybe do that for, so you need to have your post public for the people that you're trying to attract for your business. The only issue with that is when you do post things, a lot of times you'll get your friends and family to comment and like on your business posts, if that makes sense, which helps boost you up in the algorithm. So if you take them off of that public feed, then that could be an issue that it's not going to help you as much to get you out there. If that makes sense, right? So, but I get it, Anna, because there's some things you just might want to post that you just want your friends and family to see and you don't want other people to see, and that's fine. So, but just,
yeah, when you're posting the other things, you simply put public and everybody will see it.
Right. Does that make sense, Vicki? Does that kind of, it's hard, right? That was probably the biggest mind shift for me in my business when I did that. When I had to do that, My kids didn't like it. I had to have conversations with them, but I'm telling you, once I told them how it worked and what really happened and how this is actually how I'm running my business and it's working, they're like, okay, mom, good luck, right? And so it kind of ended up being fun because my friends get it. They like my posts, they'll comment on things, and that helps boost me up. And then it's funny, some of my posts, I'll get like 4 likes, but I'll have 2 people from that post sign up for a program. So you don't even know which things are really popular and what's really working, right? So as far as just looking at somebody's feed, so you just have to test, and just get yourself out there. You have to just let go of the worry and anything that you think, the embarrassment or anything that you think about that. Because first of all, people are pretty much, even your friends or family, they're probably excited to see you be successful, right? They want to see what you're doing and it's okay. And they'll just ignore the posts they don't want to read. And then others will join in and go, oh, wow, wait, what is this? Maybe she can help me. So really just kind
Robin, can I add something?
Sure.
Okay, so, my experience is exactly what you just said. I had huge resistance to changing my personal Facebook page. I really wanted to keep it private. I wanted to do that, but I decided to take the advice that you're giving right here. And it was a total game changer for me too, just like you're saying. And I really appreciate it because you were the one who told me, go ahead and do this. And it's a big deal. It literally put me on the map with a whole different group of prospective clients. And so as much as I was resistant and I wanted to not make that change and not do that thing that you're saying, I really appreciate that you said it. And I listened, I took advice, and it's not as fun to scroll through Facebook because I don't see all my, everybody, my friends, everything. But, what was my intention? You can help me get clear on it. My intention is using my Facebook page to generate leads for prospective clients to grow my business, right? I had to make a decision. That was what you said to me. And I did do it. And I'm super grateful. So I just want to say thank you for pushing me in the direction to do it. Because I didn't, you remember, I didn't want to do it. And now I'm seeing a completely different, when you tell me to do something, now I listen. That was the beginning. So thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to brag about Shelly for a minute. She knocked it out of the ballpark. Her first program, I won't tell how much she made. She made well over 5 figures several times. I mean, did a great job. So I'm telling you guys, this works. It works. And she had people from people that she knew. She had people that she didn't know. And so these programs work. And I'm glad you're here today, Shelly. This is fun having you in here. Yay.
I want to learn more.
Robin, I got a question for you.
Yes.
I have a personal Facebook page, but then I have a business Facebook page. Mm-hmm. And I, like Shelly there, I've been keeping my personal Facebook page, just personal stuff. I don't post business on there. It's just, and I keep it positive. But then I use the business stuff for my fan page or my business page. Is that a good format, or do you have to blend the two?
So actually what I've done, and I don't know what Shelly's done, I think she has a group as well. She has a group that she probably still works with. I would tell you, Larry, to focus on your personal Facebook page only to start. And if you have a big group over here on your business page, that's great. I would copy and paste whatever you do on your personal page, post it over here on your business page, but focus on getting your personal page going as a promotional tool for your business.
The business page doesn't get any traction. I mean, it's pretty, it's nice that it's there, someone can look at it, but it does not show up at all in the algorithm. And that's what I said to Robin. I was like, can't I just use my business page, please? And it was like, Shelly, try it this other way. And totally different. Complete different level of engagement with people, with prospective clients. My business page, as lovely as it is, and I've had it active for, since 2009, tons of people are, have liked it. But in terms of it generating leads, 0. It's nothing compared to personal. What she's telling you here is honestly a game changer.
Mikkel, you had a question? Thank you, Shelly. Thank you.
Sure. So one of the things that came up for me, and I think someone else also in the chat, was, did Instagram work the same way? So I'm very active personally on Facebook, but my Instagram activity is low enough that I would feel totally comfortable surrendering to that platform for my business use. So are they similar enough that, I could get the same traction they are using my professional?
So ultimately, yes. but I'm going to tell you, listen to what you just said. So I'm going to start promoting over here where nobody knows who I am, or I don't even have any friends or followers.
I've got
Right.
about the same number of friends and followers. I'm just not as active on there.
Okay. Okay. So you have, did you say about 1,000?
And still have an audience.
Okay, cool. Cause like I have like 75 people on, on those. Cause I'm not active on those, which I'm going to be eventually, but 100% this will work. For Instagram, it will also work for LinkedIn, but I would definitely say, depending on how many followers you have on Facebook, I would start with Facebook and focus on that. And like I said, copy and paste whatever you do on Facebook into Instagram. I know you're hesitant to do it. But especially for what you do, Mikkel, oh my gosh, there's women on Facebook that you can help.
Converted me, Robin. You're blowing my mind.
And you know, I don't mean to. I just know, like, I can't not tell you what I think is the right thing to do, and it's up to you. But like I said, there's, you know, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn are the three that I would focus on. But I would focus on one, but you can still post on others just to kind of get that following going and see where that goes. And you know what? Maybe Instagram for what you're doing, Mikkel, will take off as well. Because if you already have 1,000 friends, then that's different, right? Most people don't. So think about that.
Yeah. So I think, no, the way a lot of people say what you're saying, but the way you're explaining it resonates in a way that I haven't heard before. So you're giving us the reasoning behind it in a way that makes sense and is really kind of changing my entire strategy right now, or my entire thinking about how I want to handle engagement. So thank you very much.
Well, I'm telling you, I mean, I struggled for years to trying to figure out how do you build your email list? Well, now everybody who signs up for my program, you're on my email list, and you're a primary contacts for me. You're primary ideal customers for me, or people who I think that I can help, right? Whether you guys buy from me or not, I just love that you're here and you're learning. And then that helps me get better at what I do, helps you get better at what you do. And maybe you'll say, hey, you guys, you might have a friend and say, hey, you should check out what Robin does, right? This all just works together, and we're all in the community together on Facebook. And that's where I think it's really, I can't say enough nice things about Facebook. I really can't. It's really helped me to make my business explode. So it's awesome. It's a great program. It's an easy, it's a fun way. And like I said, I only really focus on my Facebook personal page, so I don't have 1,000 things to worry about. I've started posting on LinkedIn and then I forget to go check it, you know, and I have people sending me messages over there. I'm like, I got to get in there. But I really try to streamline. Really, I want you guys to streamline what you do. Focus on one area, one platform, and make it work. And once you figure out how to make it work, and you're able to maybe hire people in to help you, then you go on to another platform. But it gets really cumbersome if you have too many things going on at once.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So I'm like Vicky, and my personal page is set to private because I don't like people just peeking in on me without me knowing.
Right.
So,
you gotta give that up, Alice.
I was going to say, can I leave it at private or do I have to change it to public in order to be able to attract people to that page?
So you have to open it up to public, but you can still keep some of your posts private. So you can go through and go, okay, which post do I not want people to see? If you have like a group of Christmas photos and you don't want anybody to see that, you can make that a private post. So only your friends see that.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can, they'll scroll, you can have a public profile, and you can have some, but honestly, you don't want to shut your friends off from getting things though, right? So that's where you take those posts and make them private so that you don't, so not everybody's seeing everything you do, but you also want them to see some of the things that you do.
Okay. Oh, okay, I like that.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so hold on a second, you guys. I have people trying to get in. Does anyone, I cannot get to it goes away when I go to let them in. Does anybody know how to let people in? You guys see a button? Sorry.
You're going through participants?
You'll have to hand over the control to someone.
Got it. Waiting room, admit.
Robin, also for tomorrow, you know, there's a setting on Zoom that basically will let you choose to let people just enter automatically without approval.
Then they have to put in a password. I didn't want them to have to put in a password.
Just leave it blank.
Pardon me?
Just leave the password field blank.
Oh, and it'll do it with a blank password?
I think so.
I'll try that. Okay, cool. Either way, now I know to hit participants. would go away. It would pop up and then I'd go to click it and go away. Okay. All right, cool. Tony, I hope you're in. Hello, are you here? Okay. Well, good. So did we answer all the questions? Are we good? You guys understand that? So you can keep some things private that you don't want people to see, but you also want them to see, what I want to make sure I point out is you want them to see that you're a real person, right? So you do want them to see some of your posts. So keep some of your private posts public, and then other posts you can make private that you just don't think it's necessary that they see.
Perfect.
Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, let's move on. We might, I'll try to catch up. We might have gotten on a little delay. Okay. Okay. The first step you need to take, to understand how you relate to your prospects is determine your niche and your online primary ideal client. All right. So what is a niche and what is your primary ideal client? Some people get this confused. All right. Some people think that their niche is their client, but the niche is the topic. Right? The niche is the topic or the content you specialize in and that you focus on online. That's your niche. And then your ideal client is the person that you're going to reach. Okay. Does that make sense? So determine, and then you need to determine the primary challenges you solve for your clients, which we talked about yesterday and we talk about again today. All right. So determine the primary challenges that you solve. I would pick 3 of them. Think about that. All right. And start thinking about your story and how it relates to your prospects. How can they see themselves in you or want to see themselves in you? So think about this. Like, I think I've said it a couple times. I was in your shoes, right? I've been trying to be successful online for a really long time. I've been doing this since 2004. I've been starting businesses and stopping businesses and doing all kinds of stuff and coming in and out of being online because I kept getting pulled into client work because I needed to make money because I couldn't figure it out online. I was down here with my value ladder trying to give freebies and things away that didn't make any money and I had to have more of a marketing budget than I had to make this happen. So now that I understand it, that you flip your value ladder and you start up here and you offer the small group service programs, which is where you're going to see more success. And this is something probably most of you are used to doing, right? You're already used to working one-on-one with clients. So let's just figure out how you work 1-on-5 with clients or 1-on-10 with clients and make the same transitions for them and transformations that you do on your one-on-one clients. So think about how that works for you. Okay, the better you understand your prospects online, this is really key, the better you can pull out parts of your story that are magnetic. And I don't even know what parts of my story that you guys are attracted to the most, right? I don't even know. It could be my personality. It could be that I've done this and you understand, you know that I've been in marketing for 20 years. So obviously I've been doing something right. I've worked with major brands. I've worked with Microsoft and Radio Shack and P&G. I mean, the list goes on. But now I want to work with people like you and help you create your business the way you want to create your business, because I've finally figured it out for myself and I want to help you guys do it, right? I've wanted to do this for so long. So this is really exciting for me. So you need to think about what is exciting for you. And that's going to be what attracts the people that attract you. Like Alice can talk about her memoir. Larry can talk about all of his training and coaching experience and Patty and how he does the scuba diving and all of that. I mean, Vicky's story is amazing. She's an amazing marketing coach. She just is. She's been doing this with clients, but this might be the first time she's thought, hey, how can I turn this into a group program? So think about what it is. Why do you attract your clients in the first place, the one-on-one clients that you had, and how can you start telling that story online? Okay. So the key is to be honest and authentic to build trust. Just be honest and authentic. Like, I'll tell you whatever you need to know, because otherwise, first of all, people can find it out online, right? They can find out if you're not telling the truth. Just be honest and authentic, and people will relate to that. And you don't have to be crazy high energy like I am, right? I'm a really high energy person, and I love that. I'm like that every day. That's me, right? You might be more subdued and more organized. Well, not that I'm not organized, but more of a systematic person, right? And that might attract your client. So you don't have to switch how you act. Be yourself. That's going to attract your ideal client, because that's going to attract the person you want to work with. Like the person that my coach, my mentor that I work with, she's good. She's really obviously good at what she does. I love it, but she doesn't necessarily have the energy that I have. So it's not like I was looking for that. I was looking for someone who resonated with me for whatever reason, right? So you don't know what you're going to attract. So just be honest and authentic and be yourself, and you'll attract the person you want to attract. If that makes sense. So marketing online versus traditional marketing, just kind of point this out. So online, your ideal client, this is what they want to know. They want to know who you are, why you do what you do. This is what sets you apart from the others in your industry. It's you, okay? So why you do what you do. They want to know your story. They want to know a little bit of history. What is your background, right? They want to see that you're human. And that's where I mentioned that in your Facebook feed. Make sure you put your stuff in there. Hey, this is my dog, right? It's okay. They can see that. You want them to see that, right? They want to know how you can help them. That's the number one thing. How can you help them? What results can you get them? And they want to connect with you and understand that you've been in their shoes, which is key, really, and that you can guide them to success, right? Because typically it's you're going to work with, or they want to work with somebody, people that you're trying to attract, they're going to want to work with somebody who's been there and done that in some capacity, okay? Your connection and relationship is what helps you develop your unique selling proposition, right? That signifies how you are different from your competitors. So you don't have to sit down and go, oh, well, I work all night long, so that makes me different. Or I can work faster, or I've done 14 books, that makes me different. No, they want to know you. They want to know, what are you about? What makes you tick, right? Why have you been successful at what you can help them do? They just want to know. How can you help them with that? They don't need to know these 4 bullet points of why you're unique. They'll get to know that, right? They'll figure that out on their own by getting to know you, as long as you're honest and authentic. Okay. And so because of that, this helps you forget about the competition, right? There's no competition. Like, I will work with marketing agencies, marketing directors, people like Vicki, who we do very similar things. We do very similar things. Well, in the past, she's more, I don't know if she's changing, going to switch it up more, because she was very B2B, right? Where we worked with companies and helped them with their marketing strategy, right? I don't mind working with anyone who does exactly what I do. I want to help everyone be successful, because I'm going to attract the small group that I need to attract, because I'm doing this high ticket, right? I call it high ticket, or an offer that isn't going to, it's not a freebie. I'm not giving away freebies, right? And trying to build a small list. I'm trying to really work with people one-on-one. And so I only need 10 people. She only needs 10 people. You don't need 100 people, right? And everyone's going to be attracted to the person that they are attracted to for whatever reason. So that eliminates competition. You guys understand that? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And other people will be attracted to your competitors, and you just have to be okay with that, right? So it's fine, because then the next person will be attracted to you. Everyone makes their choices, okay? So stop worrying about what other people are doing, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. All right. When you are you, you will attract the clients you can help and who want to work with you. Okay. So that's key. All right. I think I already said this through. All right. So just, sorry, you guys, I think I already said all that. I'm not going to repeat it again. Okay. So here's the key, that this is what's fun about when you really figure out what you should be saying, who you should be saying it to. No more crickets, right? So some of you have already been trying to do some things online. You've been placing ads, right? First of all, turn off any ads. If you aren't getting any traction on your ads, I suggest you turn those off until you figure this part out of your business. You shouldn't run any ads until you've actually tested it organically. All right. You only run ads once you've tested something in a message organically and it resonated with your audience. Then you can take that message and figure out how to turn it into an ad. But until then, stop running any ads. You probably have crickets in your on your business pages, right? Your business pages and in your groups. You'll get a few people commenting. You'll get a few people, maybe enough to keep you interested to get on there and post every day, but maybe not, right? So once you figure this out, no more crickets, right? You get your personal page going and you won't have crickets. You'll have some posts. It's a lot of testing. It is a lot of testing. You'll have some posts that don't go, some posts that do. But the point is you're going to know that you're saying the right thing to attract the right person. Okay. So once you've identified your ideal customer and the value you bring to them, so that's your expertise, the conversations you have online become easier and more authentic. Your ideal customers will be attracted to you. And in most cases, they will be able to relate to you and see themselves in you and hope to have a business like yours, right? Or a product like yours, or the result that you're telling them, right? So they'll hope to have weight loss or job success or whatever it is you're selling to them. They will want to get help from you because they feel connected to you and they see you as someone who has been there and done that, or they see you as someone who can help them achieve the success they're looking for or have the products or services that they desperately need. Okay, so silence online is rarely golden. No more crickets, right? Sometimes silence is golden. Like, I don't know if you guys can hear the construction going on downstairs. I asked my to be quiet today, but he had to be quiet yesterday. I don't know if I can do it for 5 days in a row, but you should see, I went downstairs and my whole back door is cut out. So there's a big opening in my house right now. Okay. I think I'm going to skip that one. I think I've already said all this. Okay. Today we need to walk away understanding the importance of getting connected and forming relationships with your prospects. That's what attraction marketing is. Okay. That's what it's all about. It's about having conversations with your prospects so they get to know you, understand you, learn from you, and start to feel connected and relate to you. Does that all make sense? Let's dive a little deeper into the foundational elements to your online conversations. Your primary ideal customer, your client, or your niche, and your mission and your core values. So we need to, your primary ideal client, this is who you need to think about. Answer these questions. What is your ideal client's biggest challenge, which we talked about? Now, I've had you identify 3. You probably really need to focus on 1 as well. Like that's you think of what is their primary challenge to start. Okay, think of their primary challenge. Why can't they fix this on their own? Make sure you understand why they can't fix it on their own. I think that's key to this, right? What keeps them up at night? What is their ideal situation? What is their ideal situation if this challenge were solved, right? Think about that. How would they feel if this challenge were solved? Like for you guys, I hope that you feel walking away from this week, like, oh my gosh, I know what I need to do to really be successful at this online thing, right? I know how to get my business up and running now and what I need to do and what I need to offer and who I need to be talking to, okay? And what do they dream about? So really make sure you dive deep into getting into the mindset of your ideal client, because that helps you to better communicate with them. Okay, so niche versus your primary ideal client. Okay, and I mentioned this a little bit already, but for some of you, you may not have really even thought about your niche. You just do what you do and you don't really think about your niche. Well, when you go online, you really need to pay close attention to what is your niche? What is it what you want to be the go-to expert at? Narrow that down, even though you have a broad range of things that you can do for them. I'm sure you have a broad range, right? But you need to pick the number 1 thing, maybe focus on their number 1 challenge, and you're going to become the go-to expert at fixing that challenge. All right, think about that. If you're too broad, you'll lose them. You'll lose them. You can always, you always know there's these 5 things you're going to help them with, but get them in the door with the 1 challenge that's most important to them and become that expert in that area. Okay, so how do you identify your niche? Sometimes you just really don't know, right? So what do you want to be the go-to expert in? What is it you want people to say? Hey, he's the go-to expert at boom. And it's not just business coaching. It's boom. It's getting you to 5 figures. It's boom, getting you to develop your business. How do you do your business plan? Whatever that is, make it very specific, all right? Don't make it complicated like some people try to do, right? As far as trying to figure out your niche. If you already have a business, you probably already have a well-defined niche, but for the purposes of going online and becoming the go-to expert, you may need to narrow it down, all right? So think about that. Your niche should be focused on your deepest passion too. If you're gonna be doing this online and you're doing this every day, you want this to be your deepest passion, all right? So if I can get, what is your deepest passion? Tell us in the comments, it'd be great. Think about what is your deepest passion? What really gets you excited about helping people? So making sure that they write their book. And if that's it, then you figure out how do you get them? If in Alice's case, you know that you probably need to attract the business person too. So make sure you tie that together, okay? Tie it together with, I want someone who's running a business to feel excited about their life and excited to tell their story. Whatever that message is that you need to tell, figure out what is your deepest passion and think about that. And when it comes to your niche, 1 thing's to consider, what comes to you naturally? You might think that people really don't need your help, right? Or the information because it just comes naturally to you and it just seems easy, but it doesn't come naturally to everybody else, right? They're out there busy doing their thing and perfecting their skill of what they do in their business. And so they're looking to you for answers for what you do to help them. All right, so think about that. Think about that, because like to me, marketing just comes easy. Writing comes easy. Most people it just doesn't. They just don't know what to do, right? So think about what it is that you do that comes naturally to you, and it's fun and it gets you excited. Okay.
Talking.
Pardon me?
Talking.
Talking comes naturally. Well, hey, you know what? Well, that can be part of your program. You can teach people how to do that, or you can say, hey, listen, all you have to do is sit back and I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do.
I actually have a public speaking course that I've put together. I just haven't promoted it.
Well, that's awesome. Think about that. Think about that if that's what you really, really love to do. And so your ideal niche is determined by the intersection between your passion, your gift, and the value you bring to your prospects. All right, so think about that, because it has to be the value. You have to be able to get them results somewhere. So your passion is the one thing that excites you the most. Your gift is the one thing that you do with the least amount of effort, right? So my passion is, I'm probably like Larry. I love talking to people. I like inspiring you, getting you excited about building your business. My gift is that I can write. I can do content development like anybody. Like you send me a page, and I think Carrie, are you still on here? She sent me some information. I whipped it around and said, this is what you need to do. Put it like this. And I didn't tell her what to do. I gave her the suggestions, and she was able to pull out an amazing landing page. Like that's just my gift that I'm able to help people do. And then the value is that they get to see results, right? So make sure when you focus on your value that you bring, they get to see results. So your passion plus your gift and the results you're going to get them, that's your ideal niche, right? Think about that. And it makes life a lot of fun. You know my tagline, love your life, crave your business, right? If you find the right niche, that's how you do that. That's how you do that. Mr. Move It has found his niche. He knows his niche. He's Mr. Zumba. He started off with Zumba, but he had a huge Zumba business. I mean, how fun is that? He'd be up on stage and have thousands of people dancing with him. And now he's using all of his knowledge.
You're messing up my niche.
Oh, no.
Anymore.
now you're using that energy, enthusiasm to help people grow their businesses.
Right.
Right.
You know what I've done as well? I call it Zumba Business Athletics. Zumba. Okay, and we do it
Zoom, like today we're on Zoom. Good point. That's cute. Awesome. Love it.
And this is why like doing a little bit of exercise and shaking and doing a little workouts. The women love that, and that's a bonus.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's great. Okay. So to be successful online, you will be busy working on this topic and sharing more and more information about this topic. So make sure you love the topic that you're talking about. All right. Make sure you love it. Can't say enough about that. All right. So and here are just some questions. What makes you tick? What gets you excited to get out of bed in the morning? Same thing that you need to learn about your prospects. You need to make sure you understand about yourself. Okay. Because once you get that, it just changes everything. What is your motivation for building yourself up as an expert? Why do you care if you're an expert? And you know what? And if you don't care you're an expert, then maybe you're not in the right niche. Okay. Think about that. Think about, if you don't get excited for people to know what you do and why, maybe you need to switch what it is you're doing and why. Think about that. What is it that people ask you for help with? What is it they ask you for help with? What makes you think you're an expert? First of all, make sure you're writing this stuff down and you're answering these questions so that you're able to articulate it when people ask you questions, right? Someone might even say, why are you an expert? Make sure you're able to say, well, this is why. All right. And where have you seen success? And when was the last time you felt successful and why? And maybe some of us have never felt successful. Figure that out. Why haven't you? Or you do feel successful, and what is it that makes you feel successful, and how do you want to get there again, right? You weren't trying to get back to that. A lot of us have been in business for a really long time here. I'm sure we've had successes and failures. Learn from those failures and build up to the next success. That's how I look at it. You just have to build it up, right? Learn from what you did when you had a failure and build up to the next success, because it's waiting for you. It's waiting for you. And that's why you guys are here this week. That's why you're here. You're here because you want to be successful at whatever it is you do, whether you're offering high ticket, whether you're offering a low ticket, but you want to get a ton of people and you want to figure out how to attract the right person, right? To get your business to where you want it to be so that you're happy and fulfilled and you're doing what you want to do. I haven't mentioned Lisa much here today. Are you still here, Lisa? I think I said something at the beginning. I'm not sure if I know you're busy with work this week, but with her plan to help women who have children with special needs, to help them grow their businesses. Wow, right? She gets up in the morning and knowing that she's going to help 10 women this month to build a business online so they can stay home and be with their children and help them when they need them. Can't beat that, right? Find that drive, find that passion in yourself that you get excited about. Larry, you might end up just helping people with scuba diving. I mean, obviously you've been underwater for a year. His total hours are a whole year being underwater. So make sure you're finding that passion that's the most important to you. Don't let things go. I remember, here's a short little funny story. When I was growing up, I loved to write. I was in charge of our school paper. I mean, journalism was my favorite class, but I never wanted to do journalism as a business or write as a business because I thought, well, then I wouldn't like it anymore. Boy, was I dumb. So I started out in sales and eventually turned into writing. And I'm like, oh, wow, I love it, right? So it's so funny how your mind thinks and you kind of push things off. If you're a photographer, maybe there's something that you're doing on the side that you just do for fun. Well, figure out how to get that into a business. If your other stuff isn't getting you excited, is my point. If the things that you're thinking originally to do aren't getting you excited enough to start this and keep this going, then figure out why. Maybe it's something else you should be doing. So simplicity wins every time. For your marketing message, you need to pick one thing they need to understand about you and your business, and develop your conversations around that one thing and how it can solve their challenge. Right? We're going to talk more about this. Be the bridge to their success. For you, in most cases, you were attracted to me because you were frustrated and you with where you were in business, and you wanted to bring in more sales online. You wanted to figure out, how do I take my business online, right? You saw me as that bridge. You see me as the bridge to getting online and making connections, engaging with your prospects, and boosting your sales. That's what I'm hoping you see, and that's why you guys are here. Maybe there's other reasons too, but I think that's probably the primary reason most of you are here. And this is how you want your prospects to view you, as the bridge to solving their challenge or making them successful. You're their bridge. So if you comment Golden Gate, if that makes sense to you, comment Golden Gate. If it doesn't, that's okay. All right. Oh, good. I got some golden gates. Okay. So here we go. Start talking. So the bottom line, once you identify your primary ideal client, your niche, and their challenges, you need to start having real, authentic conversations with your prospects. And I mean, intimate conversations with them, right? Through your posts, not necessarily, well, I love this, right? This to me is ideal for having conversations with the Zoom program. You guys can speak up at any time and tell me, ask me a question, whatever. This is ideal. But when you're talking to people online, you have to think of it the same way, right? Think of it as if you're talking to one person and you're posting something because they need to hear what you have to say. They need to hear it. Sarah needs to hear what I have to say. John needs to hear what I have to say. So I'm going to say it in a way that resonates with them. And I think of writing, and I might have said this later on in this, but I think of writing as having a conversation. So people go, I don't like to write. I'm not good at that. It's not, you can all talk. We can all talk about our business, right? We all have passion. We all know what to say when somebody asks us a question. Use that when you write. You don't have to, you're supposed to write at the 5th grade level anyway when you're marketing, just so you know. 5th grade level, don't people aren't going to know that, right? 5th grade level, you want them to be able to read it and go, oh, that makes total sense. You don't want them to have to figure something out and say, oh, she sounds so smart. No, you want them to understand what you're talking about. Keep it at the 5th grade level. If your 5th grader or somebody you know that's a 5th grader can't read it and understand what you're saying, you need to change it. All right. And of course, there's some businesses that have some things that are be a little bit more technical or harder, but my point is keep it simple. Keep it simple. Think of your prospects as your new best friends. Really, think of them as your new best friends. And honestly, your ideal prospect will feel like your new best friend. I mean, think of some of the conversations we've had this week and even here in our one-on-ones, right? I mean, it's fun. You meet these people, and I wish we all could like meet up for coffee. You know, I wish we were close enough that we could see each other, but we can't. But it's fun, right? You get to know people and you understand their business and what they need, and you get to know their families and their stories through all of this, right? So it's really because you're following them as well, right? They're following you on Facebook, and then you pop into their stuff and take a look and go, oh, wow, look at that. And you get to see their kids, and you get to see their boyfriends and their wives and their husbands and all of that. So it's really about building those relationships and having conversations with the person that you know that you can help. And it's not like you're going after them to sell something to them, right? You're going after them because you know you can help them. You know they need what you have. They want it and they need it, because that's how you're going to build your offer. Something they want and they need. Okay, so there's 2 parts of conversations you need to include. Your storyline, what do they need and want to know about you, right? What do they need to know about you? Tied to a simple marketing message that you can repeat. All right, I help you XXX, right? So one thing that I do, I'm trying to think what this page is about, but I'm just going to say this. I always put, like, my thing is love your life, crave your business. I just think that's so important. And I think to me, it resonates with me. It makes me excited to be alive, right? Because everyone has to work. If you don't have to work, well, that's great. Okay, you're probably not here, and that's fine. But we all have to work, right? We all need to make money, and we all want to love our life. So to me, if somebody reads that, they kind of go, well, she must be doing something about helping you to love your life, right? To do something with your business, right? So that you can make money, right? So I always add that to all of my posts. At the bottom of my business posts, I always put love your life, crave your business is a hashtag. Just so think about what that little thing that you could be, that simple marketing message that you can always put into your posts so that people just get to read it and they get to know you and they understand where you're coming from. All right. And then, for example, as far as the storyline, I based my storyline a few months ago, and I could still be doing it, on the construction going on in my house, right? I started talking about being boxed in and tearing down walls. And I use analogies, around this, and I tied it to building your business. And it really seemed to resonate with my audience. So like here is one of them. I said, don't get boxed in. Bottom line, don't get boxed in by other people's thoughts and views that don't align with your vision. So this is one I really want you guys to read. I knew it would happen. I just didn't know when or how long it would take or who would speak up first. I was waiting patiently. I posted and I waited. I posted again and I waited. Then bam, it happened out of the blue. I get a text and I said, I won't call this person out by their name, but she said, what's going on? What are you doing? Why are you posting every day on Facebook? So you're going to get reactions from people when you start to do this, right? And I could have gotten embarrassed and like, oh, okay, I'm going to stop. But no, I said, I'm doing this. Just wait. Just you wait and see. I'm doing this to build my business, right? And bottom line, don't get boxed in what people think. If it doesn't align to, if they don't align to your vision, they just don't understand it. Most people will. Most people will get it, right? They'll get, oh, she's building her business online. Okay, cool. And they'll leave you alone. Not a big deal. All right. So that's just how I used the construction because we had boxes in the house. I was boxed in. Here's the other one. This is the one I mentioned yesterday about the closet entrepreneur because it was so loud in my house. I went and hid in the closet and did a video. And I said, are you a closet entrepreneur and keeping your business, your expertise a secret? Right. So kind of think of some fun storylines that you can do. And they come down to, in most cases, once you understand your prospect and you understand what you're going to offer them and you understand your business, these will come to you naturally. I don't sit down and necessarily plan this out. It just kind of comes to me. I walked in the closet and sat down and it happened. I just did it. So here, but you do need to create an authentic strategy for connecting with your audience on a deep and intimate level. And so be true to yourself, understand what you offer in the simplest form, and be ready to share that story in conversations with your prospects. All right, and that's kind of what I've just said. All right, creating captivating, engaging, and educational content or conversations, right? Think of it as just conversations. That's key when connecting with your prospects and attracting them to you and ultimately to your offers. One of my favorite marketing quotes, don't interrupt the conversation, be the conversation everybody's talking about. And you might be for a while, especially if you start promoting on Facebook, nobody knew what you did. They're gonna start talking about you. Your friends will start talking, they'll ask you questions, and it'll just help you kind of resonate with everybody that you should be resonating with. And I bet you, like Mikkel, you probably have tons of friends that could use your advice. Tons of friends on Facebook that you might not know intimately. They're not your friends, if I don't know how to say that, but they're people that are following you or that are part of your group of friends on Facebook that you could really help. So keep it simple. People take action when things are simple yet significant. All right, so keep your conversation simple. Keep your messages simple. If you get too convoluted, they'll get confused. So you relate to their challenge to engage and spark conversation. I know writing and creating content is one of the most daunting parts of promoting your business online. That's what they get nervous about it, right? But think about writing as like talking to your best friend. Just really think of it like that. You can tell your best friend what you do, right? You can talk to your best friend. That's easy. Captivating content is the underlying key to your success online. So I don't want you to feel like you have to be funny or you have to be anything that you're not, right? Not that, probably most of you are funny, right? It's fun to be funny, but my point is stick with your personality. If you're calm, cool, and collected, be calm, cool, and collected. Shelly's one of the most coolest people I've ever met. Look at her just sitting back. She's all just, she is, she's so cool. You need to check her stuff out. She's so cool. And because of that, that's how she promotes herself online. She's not out there going, hey, listen to me. All right. She's like, listen to me, and she's gonna play some drums. And you're gonna be like, wow, that's pretty cool. All right. So there's just be yourself, and the people who need you will find you and be attracted to you. All right. Okay. So put the 3 challenges you outlined last night. Okay. So we did pull out the 3 challenges that you outlined last night. So if you outlined the 3 challenges, pull those out. I'm not sure what the next slide is, but write challenge in the comments. Let me see what I'm doing here. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is my content strategy for you. This is my way to help you to come up with ideas for what you want to do on Facebook or for your posts. Okay. So like I said, sometimes things just come to you and you just kind of do it and it makes sense and it ties together. But if you have a strategy, it makes it better. Okay. It makes it cohesive for your prospect and they can understand what you really do. So with this in mind, I suggest you create a content calendar with an overarching theme. The theme is broken down into challenges your prospects face. Okay. I have a little chart I can send you to if you guys want this, but with attraction marketing, you need to create content on a regular basis for your business. That's just the bottom line. You need to post things on a regular basis. So my content strategy is to use an organized system for your content so it's cohesive and makes sense for your prospects. So you have an overarching theme. You have monthly challenges. So let's just say your overarching theme is whatever you do in business, right? That's your business, okay? That's your business. My overarching theme, and I'm just going to be general, is I'm a business coach. And then your monthly challenge is, my monthly challenges. You need to attract people online. I need to create a launch program, and I need to design a program that I can then sell them, right? I need to create a launch, and then I need to create the system that I just sold them. Okay, so those are 3 things right there. All right, so the monthly challenge is first month attraction marketing. So I'll break that down into 4 sections. So what do you need to do for attraction marketing? And first of all, update your Facebook page, and then we talk about that in a post. And then you need to clean out your friends list. Like there's a ton of things that you need to do in Facebook behind the scenes. I showed you some general things, but in my mastermind, I go through all the details of what you really need to do to clean up your Facebook page so that people find you and know what you do. There's algorithm boosts that you can do in the background, and I go through all that. So I would break down that challenge of attraction marketing for the month into 4 different areas and talk to you about what you need to be doing. And so then at each week, all I do is go, oh, today I'm talking about updating your bio. And so then I'll talk about it and I'll tell a story about it. That's what I'm saying. So you just this is how you can really easily come up with ideas that you talk about on Facebook each week. So I'll use, oh, what's my weekly challenge this week? And then just make a comment or a post about it. Okay, does that make sense? So it just kind of breaks it down from monthly challenge to weekly challenge to a daily challenge post. And you don't, like I said, you don't necessarily have to do daily challenges or daily posts, but it really does help to boost you up in the algorithm. Every time you post something, it helps, okay? So if you guys want more information on this, let me know. And I can send you, I just have a chart that I put together that you can fill out and helps you kind of keep track of what your challenge is for the week. So you have to keep yourself focused on where you're going and what is really important right now. By using a simple content calendar, you can effortlessly create content around your expertise to share, okay? It's really focused on your expertise. So are you in? Can I get it right on? That was a play on words. You see that? Get right on the comments. If you understand that you get it, that you need to have some type of strategy, and it's easier if you actually focus it on their challenges and then break it down as a weekly challenge so that you can have content that's easy and it just kind of comes to you that day. You can open it up and go, what's my challenge this week? And post something. So taking the simple, organized, and strategic action step with your content will set you up to get the results you desire. Be known in the industry as the go-to expert because you'll be talking about challenges and how you can solve them. You'll gain momentum leading to repeatable monthly income. So the more that you're out there posting, the more people are going to find you and they're going to sign up. You'll be able to find leads, prospects, and new businesses magnetically, right? That's the attraction marketing. You're not out there knocking on doors. You're posting and they're finding you, right? They're finding you. You're not out there calling people. You're not out there searching around. I teach you things to do behind the scenes, definitely to attract people and find the right people. I do teach you the things that you need to do in my mastermind. But for the purposes of what we're talking about right now, the idea is that you're attracting people to you. You're not going out there and begging them to come be your friend, okay? And then you start to grow and scale your business. So you're here to make your monthly income goals, right? Think about it. Don't give yourself an excuse why that won't work. Think about it like this. You get to talk to your prospects every day. Traditional business, we didn't get to talk to our prospects every day. We were lucky if we talked to them once a week, maybe a couple times a month, right? You're able to talk to your prospects every day and get them to know a little bit more about you and about how you can help them. And of course, they're not going to read every single post, but they're going to read the ones that catch their attention, right? So they're going to learn about you as they're scrolling through. Oh, there's Robin again. Wonder what she's doing. Okay, cool. And they scroll on by, but then one day they'll go, I need to check this out. I don't know what she's doing. I'm going to check it out. And then all of a sudden I have a new client. All right, so think about that. So can I get a chit chat in the comments? So I call that chit chat. And you know what's funny? I had never written the word chit. I wasn't sure how to spell it. I don't know if that's right, but it looked right. Chit chat. Okay, so what's your intention, right? That's what you really need to think about. What is your intention? To make money, right? To build our businesses so that we can have the business we want, the life we want, to make an impact that we want, and have the freedom and flexibility that you want, right? I think, Mikkel, you said that, the freedom, flexibility. You want to, to me, I don't ever want to have to go back to a corporate job. I can't even imagine having to go back to a corporate job. And some of you guys have corporate jobs and this is a side program that you're setting up, and that's fine. And what would be really awesome is if you really pick a passionate niche and you love it and it takes off, and then you don't have to do your corporate job anymore. How cool is that, right? So remember, keep your conversations relevant, educational, and interesting. Really, I would really suggest that you focus it on the challenges. Like I said before, just come up with your 3 challenges and break them down into little stories that you can tell each week, okay? If you do that, you'll remain true to yourself, and your prospects will truly resonate with who you are and why you do what you do. Let them get to know you personally and professionally. Personally and professionally. This online stuff is different, right? People want to know, what is your cat's name? What are you doing? How many kids do you have? They want to know. They want to know. What are your hobbies, right? What do you do in your spare time? They want to know that. It just makes you feel real, especially because they're seeing you in person. It's different when you're in person and you're meeting people in person. You just have it's just a different kind of relationship. Online, that's how you form that type of relationship. You really let them know. If you keep things secret, you don't really tell them what's going on, then they can't get to know you, and they move on to the next person, okay? One question you need to keep top of mind: what makes you important in their life right now? So think about that. What makes you important in their life right now? Okay, so who's excited to get started, right? We've been talking about the Thrive in 5 content conversion system, but now you can actually do something. Today, you can hang up, get off this call, and start to do something, all right? Make sure you've defined your pick, and I call your pick as your primary ideal customer. Know your niche, understand your value. I've tied in your mission and your core values, and that's something I took out today because there was a lot going on, and I wanted to make sure we got through this in time, and I'm probably over. I have no idea what time it is, sorry. I'm afraid to move anything. But my point is once you know your pick, your niche, your value, you can start connecting with people on Facebook. Clean up your Facebook page, clean up your LinkedIn profile. You can take your 3 challenges from yesterday and break them down into 4 topics each for your weekly posts. And if you want the content calendar, let me know and I can send that to you. But just take your 3 challenges and break them down into 4 weekly topics. And then you'll know that's what you can start posting about right now, right? That just put a post out there, put a post out there. And I would start with the #1 challenge for this month. Start with the #1 challenge, okay? You can start to post daily on your page, including your storyline and one marketing message and addressing your challenge. So make sure you come up with that marketing message, like that love your life, crave your business, whatever that little go-to kind of thing that you want to have on your post. Come up with that and just add that as a hashtag at the bottom, all right? And do your post. Your posts can be long, they can be short, they can be like a blog. That's fine, because if they're resonating with it, they'll read it. They'll read what they want and they'll get what they need out of it. So don't feel like it can only be 100 words. It can be 5 words. It can be 200 words. It depends on what they do, right? They'll scroll and stop when they're ready. 200 might be a lot for a Facebook page, but my point is, don't feel like you have to keep it a certain length, but make sure that you're concise. Make sure you're concise in what you're saying. But if you need more words to say what you're going to say, use them. Okay. Oh, we almost made it through. I don't know what time it is. What time is it? Okay. Now's the time to get excited about tomorrow. All right. Most entrepreneurs set up a business that ends up being time consuming, exhausting, and leaves them no room for flexibility and freedom that they had anticipated when they started. Can we all get a yes to that? Okay. If you can't have the freedom and flexibility and unlimited financial opportunity, you might as well be working for somebody else, right? If you don't have that freedom and flexibility and the luxury of developing your programs the way you want to have them, why would you be putting yourself through this, right? Go work for somebody else, let them worry about that, and you just bring home the paycheck, right? So really think about where it is you want to be and what you want to be doing. Tomorrow, we're going to take a look at what you really want. What are you missing? And build your offer based on what you want and need in your life, all right? whether this is now your new business model or a supplemental offer, right? This might be how you now run your business. What I'm teaching you this week could be how you totally transform and run your business. This works for an entire business, but you can also do it if you just want it as a side part of your business. Like in Lisa's case, she has her EMI network, her consulting or her content marketing company, but then she wants to start her business working with the mothers, right? So that's two parts of her business, and that's totally fine. My point is that you can do what I'm telling you and run this as your business, okay? So whether you decided as a new business model or a supplemental model, it's up to you. You decide, it's your business. That's what's fun. That's the personalized part, right? I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to show you the options and the opportunities and how you can take a look at your business in a different way. Okay. It's time to become a serious entrepreneur. Think about that. If you're not bringing in $10,000 to $20,000 a month in your business, like I said, you might as well go work for somebody else. Let's figure out what you, and that might be high for some of you. It might be really low for some of you. Some of you might already be bringing that in and you want 50,000 and that's fine. You want 80,000 a month. That's fine. My point is if you're not bringing in the money that makes you feel comfortable and successful and happy, let's figure this out. Okay. Otherwise, you're just going to be somebody who's working for a living. A beyond expectation, irresistible offer allows you to create a business that suits your needs and serves your clients. All right, this is what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. You can design it to ensure you hit your monthly income goal, all while managing your business and life the way you want to live. That's what makes this beyond expectations. That's what makes my offer, the offer you're going to put together, beyond expectations, right? Like I said, it's going to excite your prospects, and it's going to really excite you. You want to be excited about it. And when you're excited about it, everybody wins. It's a win-win, right? So I'm excited to figure it out. So join me tomorrow for creating your beyond expectations irresistible offer. Are you guys excited for tomorrow?
Yes.
I can see a few of you. I can see a few of you. All right, good, good, good. All right, I think that's the end. Let me see if I have the, oh, that's the end, because that's 3. That's the day tomorrow. That's tomorrow's. All right. So do you guys have any questions? Anything else that you think, Shelley? Anything else that you want to talk about today before we jump off here?
I got a question about Facebook.
Okay.
What are the restrictions? If you're too salesy on Facebook, do they start restricting you?
Good question. Okay, so on Facebook, I don't ever or typically ever post a link outside of Facebook. So on my personal page, you can, here's the thing you need to think about. If Facebook is aware of what you're doing, you want them to be able to look at your page and realize that, okay, great, she's running her business off of here, but she doesn't take people away from our page, because that's what their goal is, that you don't take them off of their page.
Okay.
I did put like some Zoom links because of what's been going on this week with Zoom and Facebook. So that's not really a problem. They're not going to ding me for that. But yes, you can't be like, oh, here's my landing page link, go to it. Like I do it haphazardly, not all the time. I do have it in my bio when I'm running my promotion, but like I'll take that off after next week. Does that make sense? So just be very careful so that you don't get shut out of Facebook. I haven't heard of anyone who has gotten shut out of Facebook, but I just know you just need to be careful. If anybody has any other experience with that, let me know.
Well, I know with groups.
John, go first, and then we'll jump Shelley.
Yeah, I know with groups, you have more of an issue with not soliciting in groups, and that's a common way of trying to market and find more niches. So you want to be very careful in groups. And the other thing is that a lot of times it's best to drive things towards Facebook Messenger, because then you can actually talk to somebody about their individual needs, and that may be a good place to drop a link or convert the conversation to a phone call.
100%, 100%. Shelley, did you have something too?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say, is the way that you taught me to do it, it's like rarely was I ever dropping a link for something to take somebody someplace else. It was more like just keeping the conversations going to the point where it was like, boom, and then sending them a message in Messenger. So, I mean, it's a super clear way that you taught me to do it. And I've never gotten busted by Facebook. Yeah. So, and I've done a lot of it. So you can do it in a way that you don't get like into Facebook jail.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Shelley. Yeah, just always just say, hey, check your DMs. I sent you a message, check your DMs, and then you just DM any links, and it all works out to be works out well.
And also don't forget, Facebook changes the rules many times a day. So.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So and you know, if you're in my mastermind, I'm definitely keeping up on the latest and greatest and making sure I know what's going on with that. But right now, don't post links and just, you know, it's lifestyle marketing, right? It's the same. It's kind of people are kind of doing on Facebook, like Instagram is totally lifestyle marketing for people. They'll have 25, 35,000 followers and they're totally boosting their business, right? So Facebook is letting people do it. They just don't want you to take them off of Facebook. That makes sense. You can always say, hey, join my group, a Facebook group, and send them to a Facebook group link for sure within your page.
As we were talking, that's where ManyChat comes into play and plays a very good role.
Oh yeah, yeah, the bot, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Because ManyChat belongs to Facebook. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, ManyChat belongs to Facebook. It's run in Russia, and you keep people on Messenger. They're in Facebook. Everything is in Facebook.
It's all tied together. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so if you get a program, that's one thing. That's when he's talking about an automated system. So like you have a live event coming up, you can send out automated email or DMs to your group, letting them know, hey, it's time to get onto the program. I do it manually right now because I opened up ManyChat and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have somebody do that for me.
What's that program called?
Pardon me?
What's that chat program called?
ManyChat.
M-A-N-Y.
Chat.
Chat.
ManyChat. And they have a free version. They have a free version with a small sequence you can make. And then you've got the blown out version people can program that.
Yeah.
So it's at ManyChat?
Yep.
ManyChat, yes.
Here, I'll type it. I'll see if I can type it into the message. If I can get there. It's manychat.com. Yeah. So cool. All right. Does anybody have anything else? I'm trying to see if I can. I'm gonna for 1 second to see if I can see who else is on here. I think we're good to go. Thank you guys. Thanks for everybody for staying. I hope you had a good day today. I'm excited about tomorrow. We're really going to talk about your offer and what you should be doing and how that should look. So even if you think you have an offer that's good to go, pay attention tomorrow to see if you want to tweak it. All right. So I'm happy you guys are here. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, everybody. It was awesome. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye.
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 Bye, Mikhail. Bye, Tony.